Okay, so things get a little hectic sometimes when it comes time to finishing. So I didn't video some of this, but basically we had near syrup in the pan. The fire's still going, so we're draining it off. At the same time, we're adding cold sap into the pan, trying to keep the level to about an inch, inch and a half. Right now we've got, this is a 10-gallon barrel. We've got about 4 gallons in there. I think once we get to about 6 or so, we'll that'll be it. We'll take that 6 gallons in and boil that down the rest of the way on the turkey fryer. Okay, so we have about 5 or 6 gallons that we're going to take back to the turkey fryer. The fire's still, you know, it's going okay in there. We're trying to let it die down, but there's fire brick lined on the sides, and that retains heat. So before I leave the pan and go back and start finishing, I'm adding enough sap to make sure that you know, when I'm back finishing, that this doesn't all burn down just from the radiant heat of the fire brick. Again, guys, sorry for not being able to get this on video, but all we did was we took the little 10-gallon barrel that we had full of near syrup. Oh, yeah, that happens quick. Just boiled over on me. So again, sorry for not being able to get this on video, but we took that 10-gallon barrel of ours and we just brought it back here, throw it in the turkey fryer. We did strain it before we put it in the pot, so that got out some of the impurities. I really got to keep an eye on this. What a mess. Okay, so yeah, now it's just we're gonna sit here at the turkey fryer until we get this to about 219 degrees on the thermometer, and we only put maybe 2 gallons in this pot, so we're gonna just keep adding, and then once it's all in there and it's all at 219, we'll move it into the house on the stove, and we'll use the hydrometer and finish it off there, and then we'll bottle it, and hopefully I'll do a better job of getting some video of the bottling process than I did of the drawing off and finishing process. Okay, so we just added another, I don't know, maybe 2 gallons in there. We only have, I think it's a 5 or 6 gallon stock pot, and it's about 2/3 of the way full. And that's a little too full, I think, because you know, sometimes it bubbles up and over and whatnot. Really got to keep an eye on it. We have about 1 gallon or so left in the barrel, and we'll put that in here once this stuff boils down a little bit, and then we'll move inside and finish it up on the stove. Okay, so we just added our last little bit of near syrup into the pot, but it really killed the boil. So now we're just waiting for it to come back up. It might be hard to see on camera, but the bigger, shinier bubbles, that's getting real close to maple syrup. The smaller white bubbles that are circling around, that's usually just a lot of junk you gotta filter out. But those big shiny white bubbles along the right-hand side there, that's getting close to maple syrup. Okay, so we're just getting some of the bottles ready and the bottling equipment ready to get this stuff all bottled up. So the bottles were brand new. We ran them through the dishwasher with no soap on the sanitize cycle, and just taking them out now and drying them off a bit. So what we're going to use is this is a wool filter, and then we'll use 5 or 6 of these pre-filters to go in there. And we've got a basket, and they all sit in the basket. The basket sits on top of this coffee urn. We'll pour the syrup through the filters again, and as the pre-filters clog up, we'll pull one off, and then it'll drain some more, then we'll pull another one off, etc. And then this is a real sweet deal. It keeps it at 185 degrees, and you can just bottle right here.
She could still easily flow. A bit tall of the mountain, watching the sunset as it dies. A bit tall of the mountain, watching the sunset as it dies.
When you rinse the pre-filters off, you want to rinse the opposite way. So it was draining through from the far side down this way. You want to blow all that gunk back out the way it came through the filter. In the flame. Don't do that. Okay, so we ended up with 1.5 gallons, which is not what I was hoping for, honestly. I thought for sure we'd get about 2.5 to 3 gallons, so kind of a bummer, but we still have a lot of sweet left in the pan, which is sap that we didn't draw off completely, so you know, maybe there's another 1/2 gallon or so in there. And we're going to continue boiling. It looks like for the next week the season's kind of done. Temperatures are going to be high 50s to low 40s, so that should shut the sap flow off. And so we're just going to kind of sit tight here. We'll probably finish up what we have on the pan just on a turkey fryer because there's not much in there, and sit tight and wait for another week when the temperatures get back down to where they're supposed to be. So this season we're hoping, we did 12 gallons last year, we're hoping to do at least that again this year. I think if we were in that 15 to 18 gallon range, I'd be pretty happy. We'll see.